Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and no, I haven't had any videos up in the last few days. We are trying to get ready for our big sale that is going on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so it has been a little crazy around here, and I just haven't had the time to get the videos done. I have lots of projects that I need to get done, and a lot that you have requested that I'm going to see what I can do about. But today I did want to do a really quick card, and this is the outside of it. See the little flowers with the wink of Stella on them? I don't know, you can't see the glitter, I don't think. And then I just tied it with a bow. You could close it any way you want. And this is called a magic window card, and I got this off of Pinterest. When you open it up, the window opens and it reveals your message on the inside. So when you close it again, see your message is closed. See, I'm peeping there. But then when you open it, your message is revealed. I thought it was the cutest card when I found it. I like unusual cards. If I'm going to make a card, I want it to be unusual. I don't want it to be the same thing that, you know, is made every day. I want it to be very, very unusual. Now, like I said, you could put a magnet here, a little latch across it and put a magnet here. It does try to come open just a little bit because of the bulk on the inside, but not a lot. You could slip it in the envelope just like it is, of course, or you could put, you know, some kind of little closure there, but I just put a ribbon around it because I thought that was cute. So we're going to make one. The first thing that you're going to need, and I'm just going to use some craft card stock just because I had it here on my desk, not because it really matches this paper exactly, but I think it'll look okay. But you'll need a piece of cardstock that is 8 by 4 inches. And then we're going to need our scoreboard. And all you're going to do is score at 2 and, and at 6. And I'm going to do that again to make sure that I got that correct. 2 and 6. That's all you're going to score on that piece. Okay. Then you just fold them up and put your little creases in there. This is going to be the base of your card. Now, before you go any further, we'll go ahead and put our mats and everything on this. So I think I'm going to mat this way. And this is some Bow Bunny paper, and it is called Secret Garden. And I think it's really pretty. Like I said, it doesn't exactly go with this craft card stock, but I had it on my desk and I was going to use it up. You know, I'm trying to use my scraps, so I'm trying to use them all. I think it'll look okay when it gets finished. So we're going to go ahead and mat all of these, and I will tell you the sizes of these mats in just 1 second. Let me get this one on. Okay, the outside mats and the little inside mats are 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, and you'll need 4 of those. 2 for the outside and 2 for the inside. And you could put, you know, different colors, whatever on there. I'm just going to use these. If you have a pattern that's directional, of course you need to make sure that you get your directions pointed in the right way. Okay, one more. And we also, I want to go ahead and tell you this while I'm on here too, we have not had any YouTube teasers this week just because of our sale. So after this week, when our sale is all over, we will start back up with the YouTube teasers. We just have so much stuff in stock that we need to put in the sale that we just didn't even do a YouTube teaser because we're just going to let them go in the sale, and they're going to be at a very, very low price. Believe me, I need to get rid of a lot of stock. Okay, this is the centerpiece, the center mat, and it is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So you just put that in the center. Try to match it up as best you can. So that is that. So we've got all of that. Ooh, I didn't exactly get those straight, did I? That's not good. Okay. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to pretend that they're straight. They're even. I didn't get mine even across here. So make sure you get your mats even. But we're not going to worry about it. We're going to move forward. Okay, then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 3 by 3. And these are going to make your windows. And you're going to turn over on the back of it. And you're going to come up from the bottom. Let me see my notes. 1 1/8 inch. So 1 1/8 from the bottom. You're going to come up right there. And if you have a Tim Holtz ruler like I do, then all you have to do to find the center of your card is just put it down like that, because the ruler is 1 1/2 inches wide, and since this is 3 inches wide, then I know that that right there is my center. If you don't have a ruler, then you'll need to measure your center. And I'll show you why you have to measure your center in a minute. So you need to find the center of your card, and that doesn't look like center. Let's see, 1 1/2 right there. Okay, you need to find the center of the card up 1 1/8 inch from the bottom. The reason is we're going to cut this like a fishtail or a banner, whichever one you want to call it. So you're just going to cut from the corner, and if this is directional, make sure that you've got your directions. Mine doesn't matter, but if you have a piece of paper that's directional, make sure that you got your directions straight. But we're going to cut right up to that center mark, and then go to the other corner and cut up to the center mark. And that's going to make your little banner piece. Now, what I do to make sure, because both of your pieces are going to need to be exactly the same, so I just lay mine together, and then I use the other one as my guide. Ugh, I can't get my fingers to quit shaking. I use that one as my guide in order to cut up on this one, because the measurements need to be exact. Alright, now we need to score on this. We need to score on these pieces 1/4 inch on both of them, on the side away from your little banner. Alright, now you need to come up on each one of your sides over here. Let's see, let me look. 1/2 inch. You need to mark this little place right here at 1/2 inch. That's just going to tell you where to put your banners. 1/2 inch from the top and 1/2 inch from the bottom. Okay, same on this side. 1/2 inch from the bottom, and then 1/2 inch from the top. So your banners are going to glue down just like that, and then they'll fold it over. Okay. So we'll put our glue, let's go ahead and put our glue on here. And you really need to use either a wet glue or some good score tape or something right here, because this is going to have some pressure. Now you need to put these little pieces, and I will show you in just a second when I get this down. You need to put the end of your banner, or the end of this, right at the edge of your pattern paper. Make sure it doesn't go over or it's not back too far. If it does, your window's not going to close right. And then do the other one. Now when I do my other one, what I do is I put it down really loosely. And then I fold this over to look at it first. See, that's off, so I'm going to move mine just a little bit. Okay, it's off a little bit. Let's move it that way. Still off. Okay. See why I kept moving it? You need your edges exactly the same. If you don't have these edges the same, when that folds over, it's not gonna close right. So I just kept moving mine up until I got it correct. So don't glue them down. Don't press one side all the way down until you're absolutely sure that when you touch the sides together, that it's going to be even. It's not going to be off. Okay. Alright, so once you have those down and you're kind of satisfied with the placement of everything, now it's time to put your this is your centerpiece, and it's going to go across this. Of course, you're going to cut a hole out. This piece measures 2.5 by 4, and then this mat measures, let's see, 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Let me turn my phone off. I'm sorry. Alright, so the mat measures 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. This is going to be the mat for the centerpiece. Alright, now we've got to cut a hole in the center of it. But first, we need to do some stamping. And I'm going to use the back side of this little piece of paper. And what am I going to stamp? I think I will stamp, let's see, I have a little stamp here that just says, good luck, or thank you. Let's just do the thank you. That will be cute. Okay. I'm just going to ink it up. Okay, there we go. That'll work. And then all we're going to do is just cut this out, because this back part is not going to be seen. It doesn't even have to be straight, and that's good because mine's not. We're going to lay it in here and see if we can center that up to where all the thank you is going to show. Almost too big. Let's move it down a little bit. Oh yeah, that works right there. So I need to cut it off, but I think that will work. So let's trim it off a little bit. And then lay it in there again and see what we've got. Oh yeah, I like that right there. So now all we need to do, and this is how I keep mine straight. You know, you might find a different method. I put it down with wet glue, and I don't press it until I figure out if that's where I want it. And I think right there is where I want it, so I'm going to press that down. So that works. And now we need to cut a hole in this, and the hole needs to be perfectly in the center in order for this to work. The first few I did, nope, nowhere near the center. So we're going to mark 2 inches here. Whoops. And then we're going to mark 1.7. Then we're going to mark right here. See if we've got the center of this thing. Alright, so we need to cut our hole somewhere right in there. Now, here again, I don't have a hole punch that's big enough to do this. So I've drug out, I have used these Creative Memories things more in the last few days than I ever did when I was with Creative Memories. I'm sorry if my hair is getting in the way. It's a hot mess today, because I have been cleaning and straightening and trying to get all of the items ready to go. Okay, so I've centered that up as best I can, and then I'm going to use this blue cutter, because this one actually cuts a little bit further away from the edge than most. And I'll tell you about how big this hole is when I get finished. The little piece that you need to cut out of the center is, it is 1 and, I would say use a 1 3/4 inch punch. If you get any larger than that, I'm afraid it's going to be too big. So 1 3/4 inch punch should do it. Mine may be just a tiny bit big. You see, you don't want anything too big, but you want all of that to be able to show. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try to center this up as best we can and put over that. You only want to put your glue right here at the top, a little bead across there, and then right down at the bottom. And this glues down. Alright, first off, make sure when you push these down that they're like one on top of each other, not mixed up or anything like that. And then you want to center this up, and I just kind of eyeball it. I put it down, and then I just kind of move it to the point to where everything in here looks like it's centered. And then once I'm kind of satisfied with the placement, then I just press the top and the bottom down. Now you can see I cut this part right here, I cut a little bit big, because as you can see the bottom portion of this is a little bit different. But you know, that's okay, it's just, that was my cutting. So when you close it up, everything disappears. And when you open it up, there it is again. Close it. And then you open it up. So there's your secret window card. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a couple of little flowers. And I'm just going to use some of this. Blue paper. And this is just some little Creative Memories punches that I've had forever. I'm going to punch a few of those. And we'll put those down around the opening. Alright, now you don't want any bulk in here, so what I did on my other one is I just took my Wink of Stella and not that one because it's not open. I just took my Wink of Stella pen and I put a little dot in the center, and that just kind of looks like a little bead or a little piece of bling. Because if you put a bead or something in here, then you're going to have too much bulk on the inside of it. So see, that kind of looks like a little piece of bling. Then you just close it up. And then on the outside, I put a couple of flowers. And this is just some that I have in my stash. It's from Prima. I've had for a while. So we're going to put, I think, those on there. Put one right there. One right there. And then I'm going to use my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to put, that centers off on that flower. I'm going to put a little bit of this Wink of Stella around the edges of the flower. Just tip the ends of it. That's all I'm going to do. That you want, you can leave it like that. You could put a little belly band on it, you know, tie a ribbon around it, just whatever you want to do on this. I mean, it's simple, easy, but there are the cards. And again, this is called the Magic Window card, because your window pops open so that you can see your message. And that is it. That is all of the, I think I give you all the measurements that I believe. So we will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and be ready for the sale. I'll put the sale information at the end of this video, and it will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.